So, who bought what and where? Hello, and welcome. I'm Mitch, and this is Unseen Universe. So, here we are. It is I was going to say it's the morning after the day before, but it's not. It's the morning, evening after the day before, something like that anyway. So, how is everybody? I hope everybody's all right. Has everybody come back down to earth, those of you who went to the show? I am, of course, talking about the Northern Invert Show at Barnsley. Woo! Yes, we had an awesome time. And by we, I mean me and my right-hand man, Gavalar of Impossible Inverts. Gavalar, here he is. How's it going, buddy? You all right?
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, not bad. I suppose before we get into it, we'll have to have a quick hello and see who's in the house. How's everybody doing? Hello, everybody. How are you? And welcome. I can see already we've got Matthew Ward in the house. How you doing, Matthew? We've got Greg. How's it going, buddy? Jeremy's in the house. Sidex, aka Frances, aka the Invert Kingdom UK. We have got Kaylee Taylor Art is in the house. Kaylee, how's it going? And Claire's just tuned in. How's it going, Claire? You okay? And I think that might be it. And Stephanie, Hall Monitor, is in the house, of course. Stephanie, you all right? Stephanie's still on cloud 9, I'm telling you, probably. Okay, so there we go. How's everybody doing? And all the other people who are in, because I know there's a few more people than who is saying hello in the chat. Welcome, everybody. So, hopefully, we might be getting on board with Sidex and Ebbs, Invert Kingdom UK. If you remember, we rewind to the pre-Northern Invert Show. It was their first ever show. They did a live stream of their own, which I know that a lot of you, probably most of you who come into my chat, were probably in their chat. Encouragement, positive vibes, bigging them up, seeing them on their way, and we'll talk to them later about how that went. Hopefully, anyway. Francis said he was dropping in. I know he's in the chat here, and he's probably in the chat elsewhere, because I know I just popped into Amy's stream a minute ago just to see what the heck was going on over there. And yeah, he was there. Francis was over on Amy's stream, so he might be in two places at once, so we might have to hang on a little bit if he might be... Yeah, he's going to be here shortly. It's no problem, Francis. I know you're a busy man. You're being pulled in all directions. Everybody wants your attention, and there is no reason to doubt why that might be the case. So, just take your time, buddy. We're probably going to be here till 11 o'clock. I might wrap this up. Try and remind me to wrap this up by 11 o'clock if we can. That's if we're still going, you know. We might run out of steam, Gav, you know. You never know, do you? So, just as I was saying before about Francis and Ebbs hopefully coming on and having a chat, they're going to fill us in on how their first ever show as traders went. I did speak to them obviously a few times on the day, not as often as I would have liked, but I know that they had an absolutely amazing day. So so did we all. So just to point out, Gav, do you want to drop the link in the chat throughout? Basically, you know what that link means. It's going to be the stream key to pop on board. And if you want to come on and have a chat, if you went to the show and you want to come on and you want to talk to us about the show, your experience, it doesn't matter whether it was your first time, the 100th time or the 1000th time that you went to a show. If you want to come on, have a little chat about it. You can tell us what you picked up. If you didn't pick up anything, it doesn't matter. Just come on, have a chat. Tell us how it went, what your experiences were, and who you bumped into, some colleagues, friends, old friends, new friends. put faces to names, which is one of the most exciting things about shows, isn't it, Gav? I love that when you get when you bump into people in the flesh who you've never seen before, but you've been chatting to them for ages online in the groups and stuff. Yeah,
I've
like
known Steve for 3 years now, and that was the first time I got to meet him, and it were awesome.
Absolutely. I saw Steve as well, first time but I've not known Steve as long as you have, Gav. I know you've been good mates with Steve for a long time. And of course, with Steve, we are talking about Steve Thornton. And that is his name, right? I just made that up. I just had a split second where I doubted myself. Steve, I knew that was your name, man. I just had a split second where I doubted myself. So, and yes, so that's Tarantula-tastic Enclosures. Steve doesn't need any more introduction than that. He's the guy who makes the absolutely amazing Vivarium builds and tutorials and all that good stuff. Honestly, get over to Steve Thornton's Tarantula-tastic Enclosures YouTube channel, because honestly, he does the most amazing work. Anyway, that's aside. That we'll save that for another day when we get Steve on, and we'll big him up. He's had enough coverage, national coverage. That guy for one day. I think he's had enough, hasn't he?
So national papers and
wait a minute, national papers, local papers, the Milton Keynes, whatever it's called. The Milton Keynes Chaser or something, whatever, I don't know. The Gazette, the Milton Keynes Gazette or something like that. But also he was in the Mirror as well, wasn't he? So anyway, that's enough of Steve. But just to point out the fact that what we were saying is, I've known Steve for probably getting on for nearly a year now, maybe, probably a little bit less than that. And but he's obviously been around for a lot longer than that. And I know Gav's known him, like he said, for 3 years. But we saw him in the flesh for the first time at the Northern Show, and it was absolutely amazing. Honestly, it's moments like that you live for day to day, isn't it? When you just like bump into such quality friends, who you know, kind of people that you just share your soul with on this planet. You know, we all share a little common interest, and that's what we're thinking. So if you guys
with Francis and Ebbs as well.
Yeah, I mean, well, I was
before. Well, it's always cool to meet them again.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, exactly. I was gonna move on to those guys later, because obviously I've never met Francis and Ebbs in the flesh either. So I met those guys for the first time. I've been doing shows for so many years now, but I'm always bumped. There's always somebody, at least one person, who I meet at every single show, who I've not seen, who I've never met before, who I've never, who I've known online, but I just thought, and somebody will come up to me and they'll say, "Oh, I'm so and so," and I'll be like, and they'll say, "Yeah, I buy that, I do that thing," or "My handle on Facebook's this," and it's like instantly you're like, "Yeah, that's you. Wow, I've known you for years, man, and like I'm finally meeting you." So that's absolutely amazing. So so I digress. If you guys went to the show and you had an experience like that, I would love to know all about it. I'd love to know if you bumped into somebody who you've known for years online, but you've never met in person, but you met them for the first time. I know there's a couple of you guys out there who I met for the first time, and one of those is Greg. Greg, the man. He came over, had a chat with us. That was absolutely lovely to meet Greg. Honestly, you couldn't ask for a nicer guy. Greg and his sorry, I don't know his missus' name, but she was there as well. It's what's her name? Sorry,
Rachel.
Rachel was there as well. She's the lady behind the camera, I'm sure, and his right hand lady. So there you go. Greg, honestly, it was an absolute honor to meet you, my friend. We've been chatting for a while now. And Greg's comes always to my streams. He's always in the chat. He's always showing me support. And likewise, I do my best to show support to him as well. So having said that, if you could drop a link to Greg's YouTube channel as well, dude, whenever you get a chance, that would be absolutely great. Yeah. Greg, you're an absolute gent, my friend. Honestly, he's a legend now, because like he's rocking and rolling in his wheelchair, man. And he's just doing the hobby proud. And he's showing us all that you don't have to let things like that stop you from being involved in this hobby. And not only being involved, being like a real kind of character and personality, and a very, very well liked and respected person in the hobby. So, Greg, I doff my cap to you, sir. There you go. I don't show my bald head very often online, but for you, that is just for you, Greg, my friend.
He's always the first to offer his help for Nick as well, helping at the shows.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
Yes.
Greg's been helping Nick, the Wild World, and all that stuff over at. No, it's not Wild World. Jeremy's the Wild World. it's what's Nick's called? Oh, I've forgotten now. Anyway, it's I'm sure Greg will tell us. It's anyway.
Yeah.
Greg's always helping out at the UK invert shows, and yeah, he's always there behind the scenes helping out. So thank you to Greg as well. Total respect. There you go. Sidex is saying, Greg and Rachel, good friends of ours, some of the nicest people you will ever know. So there you go. That's a ringing endorsement for them. So let's getting back to what we were saying. If you've got any experiences, doesn't necessarily mean at this show. It's at any of the shows. Obviously, we're talking about the Northern show, but we'll talk about any experiences that anybody has at the shows. And like I was saying, if you've met up with somebody either at the Northern show or any of the shows that you've never seen before, and it was really one of the biggest highlights of your life, and you absolutely treasure those moments, please let us know either in the chat or if you want to come on board. Gav has dropped a link in the for the stream key. All you need to do is follow that, and you can join us on here and have a little bit of a chat. So in the chat, who went to the Northern show? And if you went to the Northern show, hold your hands in the air and let us know if you had some pickups. Let us know what your pickups were, where you got them from, whether or not you got any good bargains. I know there's always bargains to be had at the shows. Everybody, all the traders are absolutely amazing. And honestly, it was absolutely fantastic. So I had a whale of a time. I wish that I had some... I wish I had time to put some footage together for you. It's not... Unfortunately, I've not been able to. I would have loved to have gathered a little bit of footage from people. I didn't get a chance to take much footage myself. But I know that Gav did manage to get a little bit of footage of. He did a time lapse of us setting up the Unseen Universe stall, our stalls, our 4 tables. Gav's got a time lapse of that. So if you want to check that out, it's over on Gav's YouTube channel, Impossible Inverts. Drop yourself a link in there, Gav, too.
You may even be in the video.
You may even be in the video. There is a couple of people in the video doing a little shufty dance. I know that Steve's in there. I know Sidex is in there. Liam's in there. All doing a little backwards and forwards dance as they're chatting away. Was Ebbs in there as well? Ebbs is in there because I know we all had our photo taken in that time lapse as well. So I think Greg might be in there as well. I'm not sure. Can't remember. Was Greg in that time-lapse video? He
was, yeah.
I think he was. So, So if you want to check out, it's just a time-lapse video. It's a wide-angle time-lapse of me and Gav pottering around, setting up the Unseen Universe tables. But there are lots of people who came to see us coming in and out of the video. So go check that out. You never know. You might be on it. I don't have any more footage of the show myself. There's a couple of streams that I did over on my channel, but I think one of the other people I've seen, I think Steve released some footage now. I've not seen his video yet.
Yeah, Steve has.
So Steve Daunton over at Tarantula-tastic Enclosures, he has just released, I think, earlier today, that might have been. I think I saw it. I've not had a chance to watch it myself yet. But he's released a video showing some footage from the show. So if you want to see some footage, go check that out. And I also believe that Scott Tasker over at Scott's Inverts, he has also posted a video yesterday of some footage from the show. I can't think of anybody else who's posted it.
Over at Incredible Inverts and Other Creatures.
Phil, that's right. Yeah, Phil over at Incredible Inverts and Creatures. Is it Incredible Inverts and Creatures? Something like that. Or Pets or something. I don't know. Anyway, Phil over at Incredible Inverts and something else. He's also released a video just recently. So there's loads of people posting videos, and I'm sure they'll do follow-up videos as well, showing their doing some rehousing of their pickups. So is anything going on in the chat while I just have a quick look, because it looks like our old buddy's here. How's it going, Sidex? You give me a thumbs up. Are you ready to come on, buddy, or are you busy? He's ready. So we've got Francis here from Invert Kingdom UK. Here we go.
Hey.
How's it going, matey?
Yeah.
I'm alright, just tired.
Just tired. Well, you're a busy man. You're a busy man. You're working. You're doing shows. You're breeding inverts. You're doing all sorts, mate. You're looking after. How many kids have you got now? 6.
2. 6. No. 2's enough for me, mate.
He says that now, man. He says that now, but you do realise you're both very young, right?
No. The way I look at it is, you take your age, and then however many kids you've got, you put 10 years on for each kid. So I'm 30. I've got 2 kids. That makes me 50. Like, so.
Yeah, you've got the right outlook right there, my friend. You've got the right outlook. Yeah, I know what you mean. So anyway, dude. Anyway, so before we get to Side X, is there anything we've missed in the chat? Because I was waffling on for a little bit there. I want to make sure that we're not ignoring everybody, because this stream is all about. Yes, we're here talking like gobs on sticks. Well, I am anyway, but. But you guys are here making it what it is. You guys are all involved too. So who went to the show? Who picked up anything? Who did what? Let me know. Let us know in the chat. Gav's going to keep an eye out and he's going to let us know so we can bring you in and, find out what everybody's been up to. Farnborough, Hampshire. Ooh, where would be the closest to Farnborough, Hampshire? Oh, dear. I'm not sure which one would be closest. I can't think. It'd be one of the other invert shows, wouldn't it?
The BTS.
It might be BTS, yeah.
Yeah,
It might be. There's BTS at oh god, is it? It's not Edgbaston. Where's BTS? I can't remember where it is.
Warwickshire.
That's Warwickshire. Well done, man. Well done. I completely forgot. I had a brain freeze moment. Yeah, so you've got Brighton and you've got Warwickshire, and so I mean, I think you're going to have to jump in your car or jump on a train and travel a little bit, no matter where you go. To be honest, man, there's not really anything around your area as far as I can tell. So yeah, but yeah, one of the probably the southern or one of the Midlands or something. I'm not sure. But anyway, here we go. Let's have a quick look.
No excuse. You should just travel to the northern one.
Just travel. Just travel to the northern one. There you go. So yeah. Anyway, there we go. Spooky Dukes is in the house. How's it going? You're all right? And who else? Have we missed anybody else? Don't think so. I think that's it. So yeah. Anyway, Side X. Right.
Yeah.
You had a great day. We all had a great day, but you had a great day.
Yeah, it was awesome. I couldn't have asked for a better day. To be fair, it was awesome. Like,
was it exactly how you thought it'd go, or was it completely different?
It was a bit of both, really. Like, from the moment we got there, like the reception we got was awesome. Like, I was a little nervous that we'd feel a little bit like deer in headlights, because like a lot of the people there are like regular traders and stuff like that. And so I felt like we'd kind of just feel a bit intimidated, but we got there and like everyone who knew, because a lot of people know us from just attending shows and filming shows and whatever. Just everybody was just really welcoming. The guys at Invert Shows UK who set up the show were great with us, like welcomed us, showed us where we were. Was a little daunting at first being put next to Portsmouth Tarantulas of all people, because they've got like 6 tables or whatever it was. But at the same time, it was good because 4 was it?
We're all only allowed 4.
Oh, okay.
Apart from Spider Shop.
Yeah. But we've worked with them before and we get on with them, and they were really good, to be fair. So yeah, I think that put everyone being so welcoming really put us at ease, and then from then it was just kind of like soak it all in and just enjoy the experience kind of thing. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, you know what? I mean, you couldn't ask for, you know yourself how friendly and helpful I say all, most of the invert people, I would, you can never say all.
Yeah.
I don't know everybody, but you never know. But for the most part, everyone is helpful, and they, we all started somewhere, man. Everybody knows what it was like going to their first shows and stuff like that, and feeling a little bit intimidated. When you've like been like buying from people like you say Portsmouth Tarantulas and Spider Shop especially, and who was here before most of us, and and you just you see these guys and you see all their tables and all their stock, and you just think, I've just got my one little table, but you know what? I bet you forgot. I bet all that went away pretty much straight away, like you say, because they put you at ease. They made you feel welcome, if they were friendly, and like you say, they already knew you anyway. If they're not watching you on YouTube, they'll have seen your faces around the shows anyway. So, and I imagine you're the type of person who chit chats to everybody at the shows anyway. You don't just go and just like buy something and then leave,
No.
So
we always make an entire day of it. Like if we're gonna go to a show, especially like if you've got to travel to them as well, we never. I think there's been one show where we've literally gone, grabbed what we wanted and left, and that was just because we got a call to say that one of our little ones wasn't very well. Other than that, we always go and we do the whole day because it's part of the experience for us. We just enjoy seeing people, seeing what else is there, seeing what we can't afford. So,
yeah, well, no, it's like you say, the show, it's a proper day out, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
And people take their kids, I love it. I love it when the kids come along and, they either want to hold it or they've just got they're so inquisitive and they've got loads of questions. And I love it when the parents take a back seat and the parents, what I love the most is when parents turn up with their kids and the parents ain't got a clue because their kids, 7-year-old kids, dragged them to a bug show. Because they've been watching Sidex and Invert Kingdom on YouTube, and they really love their spiders, and it's I really want to go to an invert show, and they turn up at the invert show, they drag their parents along, and it's the parents just take a step back. It's there you go, and they just let the child and the kids just for want of a better phrase, a child in a spider shop, basically, and it's they're just there and they're just oh, you've got one of these, oh, you've got one of these, and you just see the look on their faces and they just want this, that, and the other, and then you look at the parents and the parents just look at you they haven't got a clue. It's I don't know, mate, I don't know. It's just they brought me, and that's one of the things I love the most about the shows. When the little kids are there, they get involved, and I even had one show coming up to me, bringing some stick insects, saying they won these stick insects in a raffle, but they didn't want them, and they was what will you give me? I really, really want an orchid. Well, but I know they're quite expensive, so how much more will you need? Will you take these stick insects? And I just did. This little kid must have been 8 years old, and this look on her face. I was just I just melted instantly.
Yeah, melted your heart.
I just melted instantly, and I was just I'll take the stick insects. I gave her an orchid. I didn't want the stick insects. What am I going to do with stick insects? Gav knows how I feel about going out for bramble. It's that's why Gav had all the horsehead grasshoppers that I bought. I just gave them all to Gav because I was I can't be bothered going out and getting bramble, man. But this little kid, she wanted an orchid. I gave her the orchid. I just sold the the stick insects on, but it was just all about giving that little child what she wanted because she had her heart set on an orchid and she didn't have any money. It's all she had was this little cricket tub full of stick insects. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? I can't go home knowing I didn't sort this out. And that's a memory. I've had that memory for about nearly 4 years now since it happened. And that is always one of the anecdotes I give out when I'm talking about shows because it was so powerful. It just stuck with me. I can remember what the little kid looked like. you know, I just remember everything about that moment. It was just that.
Yeah, it's the little things like that, though, isn't it?
Just honestly, it was just
It's
absolutely.
Like the amount of the little spider key rings that we gave away to kids at the show the other day as well, because they were like, they come up to the table like, oh, look at the key ring. And the parent was like, do you want one? Do you want one? And then the kid was like rummaging in their pocket for their pocket money and like all excited just for a little spider key ring. And was like, no, it's fine. You can have it. Because it's like just something so small can make them so happy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, to be honest, I have to apologise because I did not get away from my stall at all the whole day, and
no, it's fine.
It's for me. It's the problem is even though I've got Gav there now, and I could leave when we're not that busy. So many people were wanting to pay by card, and I had the card reader, you know, connected to my phone. And I just felt like I couldn't leave because every time I tried to leave, somebody would be like, oh, can I pay by card? And it was like, actually, I can't leave because I'm so tight. I don't want to miss out on any orders. You know what I mean? So I was just tied to the table the whole time. So, but I really wanted to come over and see you guys. But yeah, so yeah, I didn't get a chance to do that. But
it's quite funny talking about card. Because obviously on the pre-show live stream that you did, we was talking about the card readers, and we kind of I wasn't aware how cheaply you could get them, and until obviously your live stream and people were talking about it and stuff. So at 1 o'clock in the morning, like on the next morning, like just before the show, there was me frantically trying to buy a card reader, but I'd not given myself enough time, so it wouldn't have got here in time. And so we didn't end up having one at the show. So I was like, it's fine. We'll accept PayPal at least, like at least some kind of option. Yeah. So we did that. A couple of payments went through all right. Next thing you know, PayPal has a hissy fit and decides this woman's there trying to pay for something, and it says this person cannot accept payments at this time. And we were there like, why? Like everything else has gone through fine. And I was like, it's a Sunday. I'm not going to be able to phone them or anything. Like, but then a little while later, pretty much at the end of the show, it just randomly started working again. I was just like,
right.
So yeah, next show that we do, I'm definitely having a card reader with me.
Yeah, definitely. You absolutely need the card reader. It's like I was saying in the pre-show before on that Friday night. I remembered from Doncaster that I think the number of people wanting to pay by card had gone up by at least 25 to 30%. And then on Sunday at the Barnsley show, it was no different. There must have been at least 30 to 40% of my take-ins were all paid by card. So, you know, it was just it's just an absolute. Do you think you actually lost out on it? Did anybody want to pay by card and then and then had to walk away because you weren't taking card or anything like that?
I didn't have anyone I didn't have anyone go, can you take card? And then me say no, and they left it. The few people that did go to pay by card and I explained we could take PayPal were okay with PayPal. But I think I probably along the way did lose some people just who would just because not everybody wants to ask the question.
No,
some people would have seen the sign and it said cash or PayPal, and they would have noticed that we weren't taking it. And then because they were looking at the table, and then they'd look up and they obviously would have seen the sign, and then they walk away. So I think it's inevitable that along the way we probably lost a couple of people, but I didn't noticeably see it. I'll still take one to the next one.
You definitely, because you don't know how many people walked on who came to the store, saw the sign, and then went.
Exactly.
You know, so it's like you say, most people wouldn't just ask the question if the notice is there. So no, definitely do that because it's dead easy to do, and it's not. I don't think it costs you. I think you have to buy the reader, obviously. But it's only £5 or £6 or something like that. I think so. It's not a lot. I don't think. So
cost outweighs like it's outweighed by
Oh yeah, it's
the sales of it,
huge.
so it
Like
is.
the benefits far outweigh like you make your money back tenfold easily, wouldn't you, by just having it as an option?
Like I was saying to you, I can see us ending up being a cashless society.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. It's, I mean, yeah, we'll save that for
It's
another
all just going to
stream.
be
But
electronic.
I think so. Yeah, no, I think you're right. It's definitely going that way. But you say that, but we've only just really started we've only just pretty much put the end to checks. People are still writing checks, man. So,
Yeah.
My dad still writes checks. Because he don't like putting money he don't like putting money in the post, so it's a check. So anyway, yeah. So is Ebbs around, or is she?
She's just in the other room at the moment. She said she's not feeling too well. I don't know if she'd pop on in a bit or not, but she said she's not feeling too well.
I hope she feels better soon. Anyway, so it looks like we've had a couple more people in the chat. We've got Andy. How's it going, Andy? And who else is in? Lewis is in the house. How's it going, guys? Welcome. So I know Andy was at the show, so it was awesome to see you, Andy. Obviously, we were bigging Greg up earlier, and Andy was there as well. So thank you so much for coming and saying hello, Andy. I know you were pottering around. He even brought us a coffee at one stage. True to his word. True to his word. We talked about how Andy was going to rock up with his little cappuccino maker and get a little stall set up himself in the corner of the show. He did the second best thing, and he went on a coffee run for us. So thank you so much, Andy.
He was a gent. He came and offered us a few times, and but we was all right. But yeah. Constantly coming to check was all right, and if we needed anything, and to be fair, it really meant a lot to us, especially being at our first show and whatever. It was nice that there was someone coming and checking everything was going well and everything was going all right, and if we needed anything. So big thank you to you, Andy, because it actually did mean a lot to us.
Yeah, man.
Ben as well. He were offering us help, wasn't he?
Yeah.
When we were at a loose end.
Ben was knocking around by our table a little bit, but I think he was just knocking around waiting for a bargain. I think because as soon as we knocked a little bit off the Samani in the enclosure, he was on it like a car bonnet.
Yeah. There you go. Andy says it was awesome to see us, and also catching up with Francis and Ebbs as well. So there you go. Yeah, we were just talking about you, Andy. Honestly, it was fantastic to see you, my friend. Brilliant. I'm glad you made the trip down, because it must have been a couple of hour drive for you, I think. So yeah, honestly, it was fantastic. So
Scott and Steve as well.
Yeah, well, they even further for them, wouldn't it have been? I imagine.
Yeah. He messaged me when he got back.
At least 4 hours.
He said it was a long drive.
Yeah. But that's the beauty, isn't it? That's the beauty. People come far and wide, man, far and wide. So because I know a couple of years ago, Adam. I think it was the last Northern show. I think Adam came to. He came down from Perth. That came to the show. Obviously, Glasgow one's on his doorstep, so that's probably when we'll all see him up at the Glasgow show, providing we go. Anyway, I don't know yet. It depends how it goes. Might not be able to afford to go anywhere if petrol prices keep going up, man. So yeah, there you go, guys. So come on, did anybody else go? Who went? Who else in the chat went? Who got what? We want to know. Did you actually? Did you buy anything while you were there, Sidex?
Yeah, I was getting myself in trouble because I was buying
spending all the profits.
Well, I was buying before I'd made any money. I'd spent I think before the show opened, I'd spent 200 quid. So Ed was like, you better make some money today, otherwise you're sleeping outside. So yeah, but I got a breeding pair of Ortho Nocturnae Mandanao South. I got a female Megaphobema robustum, and I got a female Phomictopus auratus, and another Soleil at a decent, like, double the size mine is. So yeah. And then I was told to sit down, shut up, and just watch the table.
Yeah, it sounds like you. It sounds like you had a good haul, though, man. Nice
I
one.
didn't dare leave the table after that because, like, I went over to so many legs, and I come back to Ebbs and said, "Bad news is I could have spent like £500 on so many legs. Good news is I only spent 200."
Yeah. I mean, in a way, it's kind of a good thing that I can't leave my tables, really. That I generally get stuck behind my stalls because I would end up spending money. So
That's my lesson learned. Yeah. Stay at the table. Don't leave the table. It's too dangerous.
Table, man.
Especially as other traders know that you potentially have made money, so you've got money to spend, and they're like, "Oh, look what I've got."
Yeah. It'd be worse if they just keep coming over and be like, hey, check this out, man. Check this out. Look what I've got here. Look what I've got here.
I had an experience like that at one of the shows. I think I was helping out at the spider shop one time, and Portsmouth tarantulas were pretty much opposite. And I've shopped with Portsmouth quite a lot before, and so Scott just kept showing over to me. Look what I've got! I've got Metallica here. Do you want this? Or he'd send Ebony over with something like, "Look what we've got! Look what we've got!" And I was like, "Go away! Leave me alone!"
Yeah, man, you don't need that, do you? You really don't. So, Gav, you picked up a few things, didn't you?
Yeah, I picked up a couple of things.
Do you want to tell us what they are?
Otherwise, I can't bring any videos out, can I?
All right, okay. keeping it under the old hat, man. Under the old hat.
Well, I just told you anyway, even though it's going to be in a video.
Yeah, you can tell us and still make videos, Gav. Fine.
Yeah, I got some roaches.
There you go. Gav got some roaches. They're not just your average roaches. Got some cool looking roaches. There you go. Look, beetle mimics.
Oh.
Yeah, got some
I
cool
was
ones.
looking out for death fanning beetles, but nobody had any.
Now, Lee's not had his North American import in yet, has he? So we're all waiting for Lee to get his import in, and then they'll be flooded. The bug community will be flooded with death baiting beetles for a while.
I'm just gonna raid Gav when he's got millions of them. It's going to be like a dawn raid, like a dawn police raid. I'm just going to kick his front door in and just run in.
Do you hear that, Gav? We better get some extra security.
His inbox will be inundated once the first one hatches.
It really will. It really will. It's like, this is why I don't... this is why whenever I get anything like that I know is really, really popular, or like if I breed something that I know is going to fly off the shelves once like they become available, I've stopped showing like videos where I'm done breeding, or I've had like eggs laid, or I've had hatches, or because you just get inundated with like messages. There's no point unless you just want to use it for clickbait. Obviously, there's no point in posting it until they're ready to be sold, because otherwise you just get overwhelmed with people just hassling you for stuff.
Yeah.
Put me on a list. Put me on a. There is no list. There's never a list.
Yeah,
I don't do lists. Stop messaging me to put you on the list. There is never ever going to be there's never been a list. There never will be a list. For anything.
It's like, put me on a list. You don't even mention there being a list, and everyone will be like, put me on a list. A couple of months later, did you put me on the list? There was never a list.
There's no list. There is no list. There has never been a list. I've never had a list. I'm never going to have a list, because there's just no point. Anything can happen. It's a very long process between stuff having sex and stuff being on the website. there's a whole multitude of things in between that could go wrong, and it's just not worth the hassle. I've got people throwing money at me sometimes, like giving me like down payments or like, stuff like that. It's like, can you reserve this, reserve that? It's like, no, go away. Keep your money. It's the only time I refuse people giving me money.
Yeah. But yeah, I know what'll happen anyway. Gav will have these blue death training beetles, and I'll Mitch will get some, and then I'll see it on the stream, and then I'll be like, "Oh yeah, Gav, have you got any left?" And Mitch will go, "No, sorry, Matt, I had the last ones." Like always.
The last ones equals all of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Gav and I think what we're going to do is if we have success, I think what we need to do is we need to just have a couple of private kind of sales with a couple of people who, and what we're going to do is we're going to make a sacred pact where we draw blood and we use our blood, and I'm going to draw up a contract and we all have to sign it in our blood to say that we're not going to sell any, and we're just going to focus on the breeding of these. That's it. We're just going to keep them all to ourselves.
Oh, it makes me laugh when I see kind of on Facebook and that people like, I've just got loads of these in, and then everyone jumps on the post like, how much are they? And then it's like, I'm keeping them all, and they're like, no.
Yeah, absolutely. That kind of stuff happens all the time. So, right, who's doing what? Put me on a pie chart, and just put him on a pie chart.
Pie chart.
Anyway, yeah. Speaking of which, I got this. I got my new Keepers Creepers T-shirt. It's an early birthday present from Gavilar. Thank you so much, Gav. There you go. I'm a bit late to the party having one of these T-shirts. I know it's old hat for all you hardcore Keepers Creepers guys, but that was my early birthday present. So thank you so much, Gavilar.
I've got some of the blue stuff.
Oh yeah, look at that! Look at that. Where's that from, dude? Hang on.
Amy.
It's what? Sorry.
From Amy.
Oh yeah. I can tell with the splodge. It's an Amy thing.
What we've got to go is it's Balfour.
It's mine.
Yeah, she's doing a giveaway, isn't she? I think at the moment with another one of her prints. So I might have to have a look at that. I don't know when that's happening or whether it has indeed already happened. So
you have to get in because she only does them for a limited time.
Yeah, exactly. I'll have to have a word.
You've got some as well, haven't you, Francis? With different species.
Yeah, well, yeah, they were on the website when we had the website, so I'm not sure how that's going to operate now because like I can still get them and stuff like that, but it's just one of those things. They were a lot easier for people to order when I had the website, but I'll figure it out. We don't make that much off them anyway when we do get them, but that was never the point. I think when we did sell them, I think we got about £3 from them. So like from each one, so it was nothing really, but it was just nice that people wanted something you've created, sort of thing, more than anything.
Yeah. I keep thinking about coming up with some merch myself, but I just don't go around to it. I've got enough on creating other things, man. You know. So I mean, I've been selling T-shirts on my website for absolutely years now. To be honest. But they're not like this sort. You know, they're not like done in a very specific way. They're just they're just my macro photography images that I've just put onto a shirt. You know, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I've not done anything else with it.
Them designs that keeper cards get done are insane. Like that.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. I love it. So does he do it? Does he do it himself, or does he?
I think he knows somebody. I think it's someone who did when he was doing when he was in Prognosis. I think he knew someone who did a lot of their concept art, and I think it's. I think I could be wrong, but I think it's something along those lines.
Yeah.
I think he works it to the point where it's suitable for a T-shirt because his background is in graphic design.
Yeah, but they're so good. Like
they're
so good.
I love the purple one. My favorite one.
Yeah, when
I
Becky,
can't wait for the mantis one.
yeah, I want that one as well. When Becky saw this, she basically just said, "I like the colours." So no surprise there. So yeah, I've told her I need to. I've told her I'm thinking of getting a wardrobe just for the bug shed because I've got like a whole. I've got a whole range of t-shirts that I only wear when I'm doing my streams because I'm not allowed to. Well, it's not that I'm not allowed to wear them. She basically just said once she says she doesn't like it, that's it.
Yeah.
What she means is don't ever like wear it around the house or be seen with me. So I basically keep a whole load of t-shirts just in the shed that I just wear for the streams, sort of thing. So here we go. Mark, Northern, White. Got 3 mantis from me. Yeah, a ladybird spider, emerald cocktails. Ooh, emerald cocktails. Yeah. Which I need more of. Cool. They are ace. Yes, Mark, it was awesome to see you, my friend. How are you? Thank you so much for dropping by. We had a little chat, and it was absolutely fantastic to see you, mate. So thank you so much, and thanks, obviously, for buying 3 mantis from me. That is always a good thing. So, so you got the emerald cockroaches then? Yeah, we're planning on getting a whole bunch of them, aren't we, dude? Yes. I've bred those. I have actually bred those myself a couple of years back, and I actually found them relatively straightforward, to be honest. It's the only trick with the emerald cockroaches is that like a lot of species, the males come and go very, very quickly. So you've only got a small window of opportunity where the males are viable. So if in order to have a female, 1 or 2 females at that time is, you have to get the timings just right, and it can be quite tricky because, the emerald beetles, it's very difficult to know whether they're mature or whatever. So I think your best bet really is to just buy a couple of mixed colonies and just like keep them together and hope for the best. Really, just cross your fingers and hope for the best. So
I think you want to get something like a week out of a male, and the mature a lot quicker than the females.
Yeah, exactly. So. Yeah, I mean they don't hang around, do they? They come and go really, really quickly.
Yeah,
so
I suppose it's very similar to orchid mantis, isn't it?
Yeah,
but all the species, they're the worst timings.
Yeah, exactly. So, but the thing is, at least with the orchid, I suppose with the males, when the males are mature in terms of the emerald beetles, but the females, if you've not got a lot of experience with them, it's like, are these females mature? Are they adults? I've no idea. It's very difficult to know. I remember really struggling. I remember just holding my hands up and just thinking, you know what? I ain't got a clue. I'm just going to leave them. I can see some males are mature. The females, some of these females look quite big, but I've no idea if they're mature or not. But lo and behold, they did actually, produce some offspring. So
they don't grow wings.
No, well, exactly. So it's impossible to know. But you just kind of go by the size, really. So yeah. Where did you? I assume you got those from. Was it Loach's Roaches you got yours from? Did he have some of the emerald beetles as well?
Yeah. Loach's Roaches.
Loach's Roaches. Is that where you got yours from then, Mark? Because I don't know. I imagine Venomous Visions probably had some emerald roaches as well, because Tony often has those. So yeah, no, they're a really, really cool species, man. Absolutely gorgeous. So I'd love to get quite a lot more of those. Just get a big fat couple of colonies going, man.
That'd be cool.
I want loads.
Yeah, you need loads. So yeah. Anyway, Mark, good luck with them. Yeah, it looks like Mark says he got them from Loach's Roaches. So yeah, cool. Good luck with them, man. What did you get? I assume you just got a colony of flat, maybe 5, because they're about 35 quid for 5, aren't they?
We're in top 5.
Yeah. So yeah, good. Well, good luck with them.
I only keep hissers as for anything that's not a feeder. Obviously, the only roaches I keep as non-feeders at the moment are hissers, giant hissers. But them emerald roaches would be one that I would definitely like to keep as just non-feeders because they're so stunning.
Yeah, if you're gonna feed your spiders emerald roaches, man, you've got far too much money in your back pocket.
Imagine living the high life. Imagine if you was doing a feeding video and then suddenly you just pull out a tray full of emerald roaches. Only the best for mine.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And I'll be like,
you'd have to use for fatal fangs.
Yeah, like a pair of jeweled emerald tweezers, and it's like only the best for mine.
Yeah, you may as well just be chucking £20 notes on the fire.
Get a money gun.
Yeah, I know. It'd be like feeding orchid mantis nymphs to your gecko. There you go. There's another 15 quid right there. 15 quid. There you go.
You're just there like with Saba blue slings and that, and or like Celadonia slings. I don't need these.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, there you go. Mark bought 5. He's going to order more come payday. There you go, mate. Or you could just sell a kidney. That's they're probably going quite well on the market these days. So yes, dude, you definitely need to buy more. I assume you bought a mixed colony. So yeah, you need to get yourself at least 2 or 3 more mixed colonies. I mean, I think I bought 5 mixed colonies of 5. So I think I had about 25 to 30 in the end, and that worked out just right for me. I ended up with males that were maturing, they were coming and going, but there were also a few big females in there as well. So yeah, you definitely, because you just won't know whether the males are males until they get the wings. So by then, obviously, it's too late. So because they all just look identical right up until the males mature, basically. I did
order some roaches recently, though. I got back from the show and went to feed some stuff. Opened my tub where my colony of red runners was in, and I'd just been obviously chipping away at this red runner colony as I've been doing feeding over whatever period of time, and never noticed. I come to use them the other day, lifted up some of the egg crates, couldn't find anything. Got to the very bottom, there's only about 6 left. I was like, think I should probably buy some more of these.
Yeah.
So I bought like about 1,000, I think it is, from Tom. Is it Exotics Empire?
Oh yeah.
I bought like 1,000 from him. But that's the only roaches I've bought recently.
Yeah. We I mean, turkey stands are like my bread and butter around here for me. There you go. Which ones are they, Gab?
These are the giant leaf.
Oh yeah. They're pretty lively, aren't they?
Yeah.
Show us again. There you go. So they're what? Just like leaf mimicking roaches.
Yeah, they are when they're adult.
Cool.
That's cool.
They're not a bad size already, they aren't.
No, they're good.
There's some bigger ones in here.
Right,
the eye right down at the bottom.
Yeah, is Kaylee responding to the fact that you've just shown us some roaches?
I think it was
Kaylee,
me. Okay.
Look, I know. Look, Kaylee, I know that you've got obviously you've got exquisite taste, being hubbied up to being married up to Andy, but come on.
Maybe it's Kaylee that's going to eat the emerald roaches.
Hey, you know what? They are so pretty. They are so pretty. I mean, I can't say as I've ever thought they look like they'd be
good
quite
enough
nice
to eat.
They look quite nice to eat, but they are actually very, very beautiful. And we decided, me and Gav, we were going to get a few more species. That's why Gav bought those at the show. We just want like 3 or 4 really nice sort of species that the kind of species you want to keep. So they got those like domino roaches and stuff like that. There's some really nice looking roaches out there, isn't there? So I think we're on the hunt to get a few more species in, really.
And just to confirm, and just to reiterate, Kaylee, he said keep, not eat.
Well, anyway, she says when the needs must, man, needs must. Absolutely, absolutely. We all do what it takes, man. So is that pizza you're scoffing there, dude?
Mm-hmm.
I've got my little tub of sweets, man, that I always have. I always have a pot of sweets on the go.
I've got my tub of roaches.
That's an expensive takeaway.
Oh, there you go. Andy says banana roaches. Oh, now then. Which ones do they do?
These are the Halloween ones. Halloween hissers.
I love them ones.
Halloween hissers. Oh yeah, of course they are.
I've only got the normal Madagascar hissers, but I really like the Halloweens.
Halloween hissers. Awesome.
I only have like 4 adults of these.
Hopefully that's enough.
I went to it was what got me onto hissers was I went to this I can't remember what it was called, this place with Ebbs a few years back, and they had like a room just dedicated to like bugs and inverts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they had this big glass enclosure, and it was literally just full of hundreds and hundreds of hissers. Oh, they're cool. And like they literally were just all over everything.
Sorry, I'm listening to you.
Since then, I've loved them. I've always wanted
Yeah.
colony. Oh, they're so cool.
Are they the banana roaches?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you see all the little ones that are running about?
Yeah, I can see them down here, can't you? Yeah, man. I love them. And the thing is, people use them. People use banana roaches as feeders, just like they do turkey stands, because they're quite active.
Yeah.
But they're incredibly beautiful themselves. I don't know how I'd feel about using them as feeders.
I actually have somebody that buys them off me for the geckos.
Right.
But they're attracted to light.
Yeah.
I assume it's because the action of them is quite stimulating for a gecko, I suppose.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, we definitely want some more roach species, don't we? I've just got turkey. I've just got feeder roaches at the moment. I haven't got anything in the way of that I want to keep for the sake of keeping, sort of thing. So, but
I mean,
that's
my
going to
hisser
change.
colony is a good size now. I've probably got 40 or so adult hissers. So they're starting to produce quite a lot of babies, but with that has come the realization that my enclosure for them is not escape proof, so I need to escape proof it. I'm literally just finding little tiny hissers just like dotted everywhere in the room, and I'm like,
they can go flat.
Yeah, it's a
basically they can get through anything.
But yeah, I've got some in there some nymphs that have grown to a good size, so they're not all getting out at least.
What species have you got, Jeremy?
What you got, Jeremy?
Yeah, what you got?
Why don't you come and talk? Why don't you come and talk to us, Jeremy? You always sat there in chat, and I know you do. He does his own streams. He goes on Amy's stream all the time, man. Don't come on ours. What's up with him?
Yeah, Jeremy.
We want the lowdown on the roaches.
You know what it is? It's because we're not posh enough for Jeremy. That's what it is.
Jojo, can you hear me?
Renault Joe, I can hear you. I've decided they're called Renault Joe now. Because it's Renault Joe.
Tell us what you've got, Jeremy. Anyway, tell us what you've got, dude.
You're not ill. Get on here now.
Whatever. Ill. Come on. It's all right, Jeremy. It's all right, Jeremy. Just tell us what you've got. Tell us what you've got in the chat, anyway, dude. We're very interested. We seem to be talking about roaches, so it's fine. Tell us what you've got.
I can just imagine Jeremy in like a big trench coat, and he'll be like, "I've got these. I've got these."
Yeah, you lie.
Just opens his trench coat. And there's just loads of roaches just crawling all in the inside. That'd freak a few people out.
Yeah. I mean, it's when you were said when he opens his trench coat. I didn't know where that was going.
Whoa. Not that he weren't going that direction. Don't worry.
Sorry, it's just my brain. My brain's damaged. It's just going. So there you go. He's got some ghost porcelains. What else? Hang on.
Got
Ghost
Ghost
porcelains,
Porcelain,
headlights, dominoes, and giant
JD Gainer Curafran or something, I think.
yeah, something like that.
I've
I'm
got
not
those
sure.
ones.
Yeah. What, the ghost porcelains?
Yeah, they're cool, them.
Andy makes a good point, though, Jeremy. He said, it's okay. We can't catch it in a live stream.
Yeah, well, it's true. It's true. Oh, yeah, just looking at those now, man. They're really nice, aren't they? Yeah, I have seen those before. What else has he got? Giant
headlights. They're pretty cool as well. Because they literally have headlights.
Oh, yeah, man. Wow, look at them. Woo!
They're cool, aren't
they are so cool. Oh, my goodness.
I'm Googling some of these now.
They definitely need more dominoes.
They are so cool. Look at them, man. Look at that. That is amazing. They are really cool. I might have to get some of those.
Which ones were those?
The headlight ones.
The headlight ones.
I'm just Googling roaches now. What's going on?
There you go.
It's a rabbit hole.
Yeah,
it is. So there you go. We might have to. Some of them look cool. I might have to get some of those headlight roaches. So, and what were the others?
The dominoes. I only had like 3 adults. And
giant caves. What are they? God, I've never heard of those. Giant caves.
Oh, they're cool.
You have to excuse us. We're Googling some stuff because Jeremy's offering us some stuff. We're doing deals as we speak. Yeah,
Jeremy's
I like those. I like some of those, Jeremy. Definitely. I'll drop you a message, my friend. See what see how many you've got, what sort of prices and stuff like that. We'll definitely have some of those off you. I definitely want some of those headlights roaches. I like them.
Those Blabberus gigantus are nice as well.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
James in the house. How you doing, James? Yeah, he says. Hang on, Scott's Animal Adventures. What does he say first? How long should I chill houseflies that hatched? To be honest, I can keep flies in there for a long time. Sometimes I have flies that I've hatched out in there for a good couple of weeks, good 2 to 3 weeks. Do you know what you can do? It just depends what sort of pot you've got them in. Once they've hatched out, and then just keep putting them back in the fridge. But if you feel like they've been in the fridge for like more than a couple, because they're definitely all right for a couple of weeks, but then they do start to like get a bit groggy and a bit slow down a little bit, and obviously they've not had any nutrition or anything. So what you can do is you can just pop a little bit of either tissue, crumpled up kitchen roll, or cotton wool bud, dip it in some honey and water mix, and then just drain it out and put that in with them, and just fix it to the side, or just put it in with them, and then they'll slowly take on that little bit of sugar, and that will just keep them going for a little bit longer. So it just depends. I don't actually use house flies, so I'm not sure how long house flies. I'm talking about green bottles and blue bottles is mainly what I use. But in the fridge, they can last a good couple of weeks, if not a little bit longer. But like I said, if you think you're going to need them in the fridge for even longer than that, just do what I was just saying. You could just like get a little piece of like tissue, crumpled up tissue paper, or like kitchen roll, or like a cotton wool bud. Soak it in some like runny honey and water mix. Soak it in, drain it out, and then just put that in, and the flies will they'll just slowly just suck on that and take on a little bit of sugar. That will tide them over for maybe even a couple more weeks after that. So, to be honest, once they've hatched, for me, I usually go through them within a week or two. So after that, I'm not really sure how viable they are, but you could definitely do that. So that's definitely something you could try. So there you go.
You okay, Gav?
Someone just tickled me. Somebody commented on a post on Facebook.
Oh yeah. Come on, dish the dirt.
It's about the horse heads. How do you get them to breed? I think my male is gay and my female is sterile.
How many times have I had this conversation with people about gay male insects? So Scott's Animal Adventures. I've just realised you're the guy who was messaging me earlier about the mystery box that I sent you. I think it was the Monday or Tuesday. Monday, I think it would have been. Yeah, I'm really happy for that. Happy for you, Scott. I'm glad that you're happy with them and that they are all working out all right for you. So thank you so much for the order, my friend. Thank you, and good luck with them.
I can't read your brain.
It's all right.
You what? Sorry.
I said it's all right. It's Scott.
Yeah, I just put two and two together. I just realised who it was who I was speaking to. So he messaged. I was speaking to him earlier. It was like had a mystery box off me on Monday. So yeah, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
I've helped him out a couple of times before.
Yeah, cool. Anyway, Ebbs is in the house. How's it going, Ebbs? You all right? Welcome.
I'm all right.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah, I just feel sick.
Oh, okay. Oh, should you not be in bed or something?
You haven't had to look at me all day.
I didn't like to say.
Is that because she had to go around Aldi or Lidl, whichever one it was?
Aldi.
I went to Aldi for some pizza.
Yeah, there you go. She went to Aldi for pizza.
Went to a
Because she has a man-child for a other half, and he refused to eat what we have. I threw her a strop, didn't I?
Yeah, because she didn't want lasagna.
She's like, you get what you're given, and you'll be grateful for it. I'm like, no, I want pizza.
Oh, is this your eldest or your?
It's me.
This one.
Oh right. Okay, sorry.
It was me. I wanted pizza, and so I had the little paddy, didn't I?
Yeah. Quite literally, I'm not eating anything then.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well there you go. We're getting some real insight right now, aren't we?
He's a proper diva when he wants to be.
If that's what you want to eat and you're not getting that, then yeah, you're not going to be happy.
I'm a delight, I am. I don't know what you're on about.
Are you high maintenance, dude? Ebbs is like, yeah, absolutely.
I know what I like.
Well, yeah, that is true, but you know that'll only get you so far, dude. You know, that'll only
Just
get you so far.
Gets me a slap.
Saying, I know what I like, and I like what I want. I want what I like, and I like what I want, and I'll get it no matter what.
Normally, just gets me a slap.
Excellent. Anyone want to join the other half support group for wives? I'll pass, but it sounds like Francis might be up for it. Sorted.
He's a diva when he's hungry.
I'm sure I had a question I was supposed to be answering earlier, and I can't remember that now. Anyway, Jeremy's going to dig through his colonies and let us know what numbers he's got. So that's good. Cheers, Jeremy. That will be cool. So, who else have we got? So, Ebbs, we've not had a chance to speak to you about your exploits at the show. Obviously, you had an awesome time. You looked like you were enjoying yourself. So,
for once.
When do you think you'll be doing it again? I bet you're dead excited to just do more now, aren't you?
Yeah, we're hoping to do the Bristol one. I've requested it off work, so just waiting to hear back for confirmation that I've got it off, and then it'll be speaking to organising childcare arrangements. And once we know that that's in place, we'll book that as soon as possible. So yeah, hopefully Bristol.
Yeah.
We're going to go to the BTS just as visitors.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Yeah.
but yeah, Bristol we're hoping for.
Yeah. Excellent. It's a fair old trek. Bristol, Bedford, Bristol, obviously Brighton, you know, and then the Scottish one. They're all the invert shows now. We're done now, man. We're done. Our backyard. I've got the Doncaster one coming up in. God, it's a week on Sunday, so I'll probably end up doing a pre-Doncaster stream on Sunday, on next Wednesday. So
I'm just waiting to hear my rota for that week, and if I've got the Sunday off, we're probably going to go to Donny, aren't we? Yeah.
Did you say you'd not been to Doncaster show before?
No, I've meant to many times, but I normally get rotated into work every time. So fingers crossed, this is the time I don't get rotated into work.
Yeah, that'll be cool, man. That'll be cool. Yeah, it'd be great to see you there. Honestly, it's going to be busy. I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be busy. To be honest, the Northern show wasn't as busy as I thought it was going to be, but I did have my suspicions. I'll be honest about whether or not it was going to be as busy as previous Northern shows. I don't know whether it's because it was at a new venue, but I can't imagine that is the reason why people knew it was there. People knew the Northern show was on, so. I'm just not. I'll be honest. I'm just not expecting any of the shows this year to be as busy as what they have been in previous years. You know, just because of the situation that we're in right now. You know, people are conserving their pennies. People aren't spending as much money. So I don't think any of the shows are going to be as busy. But having said that, I spoke to Luke at the end of the Northern show, and I think he said he had about 750 people through the door, which is below par, to be honest. It's not as high as some of the bigger shows, but it is a relatively small venue, that the one at the Northern one, compared to the likes of Bristol and the Southern show. So
we thought it were really small, didn't we?
But then at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how small it is. People don't know how small it. People aren't not going because it's a small venue. If they're going, they're going. You know, so I don't think that had anything to do with it. So
it also didn't help that the BTS lectures were that day as well.
Yeah, exactly. And to be honest, that's the only reason I didn't go to the BTS lectures, because I really wanted to go this year. But
I wanted to go.
Obviously, with the show being the day, that day, so obviously it couldn't happen. But having said that about the invert shows, the Doncaster shows, they often have between like 1,500 to between 2,000 and 3,000 people through the door. They are absolutely, especially the summer ones, like June, September.
Yeah,
they're absolutely rammed. This April show is actually a new show for Doncaster. Traditionally they only ever did 3 shows a year. Just before COVID, they started doing a 4th show, which is April, but it coincides with the MEF show, the Midland Entomological Fair show. It's exactly the same day, so there's going to be a little bit of a split there. So that April show, I'm not expecting it to be as busy as maybe like, say, the June or the September show, which are usually absolutely rammed, honestly. They have the main ground floor, then they usually always have the another floor open up in another room. And then sometimes for the June and September shows, they have a third room open as well. So it's pretty, and they're big. The main floor is a big old space. It's a huge space. So
because it's a race course, isn't it?
It's at the race course, yeah. So it's the whole of the ground floor is covered basically. So honestly, it's absolutely rammed. So it's definitely, and also you get a real mixed bag, because you get all the it's obviously traditionally a herp show, so. You get all the reptiles there as well. So, if you're into that sort of thing as well, which I know you guys are, so that'll be really cool for you as well, just to see a bunch of whole other stuff that's there, other than just inverts. So yeah.
Because like I say, we enjoy the show, any shows like that for the day out as much as anything else. So we probably won't buy anything at Donny if we go. but we'll go for the day out and the experience. And I think you can do that. I think, and they are really good days out, I think.
Absolutely. I'll be honest, I even though I absolutely love being a trader at the shows, I actually really miss just going to a show.
Yeah.
That's why in see you, Lewis. See you, mate. Take care, buddy. Thanks for tuning in, man. That's why we went to the MEF, didn't we, Gav, last year? And last show of the year is always it's usually about the first Sunday in December, and it's the Newark Ollerton Midland Entomological Fair.
You ever been to that one?
The Midland one?
Yeah.
I think we have once, didn't we? Was it at Edgbaston Cricket Ground or something like that?
They do have one there, but that's always mid-year. That's always middle of the year, like July sort of time.
So that's the one we went to. But we didn't.
That's actually a relatively new one venue. For them.
Okay.
Traditionally, Warren does the MEF one at Newark Ollerton.
Oh, okay.
And that's always end of the year. It's like the last show of the year. So well, that's actually a really good. It's a really good one. It's a good one because they've got a really nice mix of like dried. Because originally it used to mainly just be like dry pinned stuff, but now there's a lot more inverts and stuff going there as well. So, but there's still a lot of I would say at least 20 to 30% of the store holders are pinned dry goods. So if you like that sort of thing, the MEF. Are really good for that. So, but it's a relatively small one, and we decided to just go there end of last year because it's the first show that I'd been to in absolutely years where I just went as a punter, catch up with loads of people, just have a chat, walk around a show, and I just really missed that. So it was nice to do. It was nice to just do that, and I think I might just do that every year, just that one show. I might just go there.
Relatively old as well. Like we just.
I think that'll be something we try and hold on to as well. And the good thing of the fact that we can't, and we don't want to jump into doing every show at the moment is we still want to keep an element of going to some of the shows and just enjoying the shows as shows. We just physically couldn't do every show at the moment anyway. We've got to start small and build our way up. So. We still will attend shows just as us, basically.
Yeah. Well, no, that's good. That's good, and you should. You definitely should do that because, like I say, I really miss it, and I think I let myself just get carried away with doing every show, and if you've got the stock, that's fine, But if it's nice sometimes to not have so much stock, and it kind of takes that decision out of your hands a little bit. If you feel like you haven't got the stock to do the next show, then great. Just go and enjoy the show for what it is, So
yeah, well, I think as well, it's the other thing. The other aspect of it is being so small and so new to this side of things. We've got to build up them contacts and connections with acquiring stock. Like at the end of the day, a lot of the people know us as customers generally, but building up connections and contacts and stuff for acquiring stock is something we've still got to do. So it'd be quite silly of us to think that we could just jump in and do every show, and what I mean. We want to enjoy the journey as much as anything anyway.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We don't want to run before we can walk. So
it's natural progression, isn't it?
Yeah, and like I think I've worked at this gradually for a long time behind the scenes, keeping it very quiet and just doing it as a natural progression on from my YouTube. And I've enjoyed that journey, and I would hate to see it all come crashing down because I try and jump too far and try and run before I walk. So I'm gonna take my time, and I'm gonna build it sensibly. Do you know what I mean? And so I'll enjoy it more that way as well.
Yeah, and also you can gauge. I've said this before about people coming into the hobby. They just explode on the scene. They have absolutely low. All of a sudden within a year, they've got absolutely tons of like species, and they've got way more than they can handle. And then it all just crashes like a deck of cards. Like the whole house of cards just collapses. They come, they burn out. They have a little bit of success. They do all right, and then they think they take more on because they think it's easy. And then they just like take on way too much, and then they burn out, and then they lose control. Unfortunately, loads of things die, and then they just end up just leaving and never to be seen again. I've seen that so many times over the years. So you do right. You just build slowly, because you've been in the game for many years now. Anyway, like you say, behind the scenes, you've been doing your breeding. You do all the things that you need to be doing in order to be self-sustaining.
Yeah.
So you know what's involved. So you know how much you can take on. So it's unlikely that you're probably going to take on too much anyway, just because you appreciate how much work is involved. Like it's like back in the day when I used to have a lot more mantises than what I do. You're only like 2 or 3 hatches away from being completely overwhelmed. Always. When you're doing a lot of breeding, with the teas, you're breeding a lot. And you have 4. If you have 3 or 4 egg sacs dropping at the same time, before you know it, you're in trouble. You're in trouble later down the line. You know what's coming. So you make the right amount of preparations, and that's when you start staggering things. You stagger your breeding, you stagger those sorts of things.
What we
in
try
your
and do,
mind,
isn't it?
that's
Because
what you
a
try
lot
and
of
do.
people. Oh, that's cool.
Gav's got another hatch. That's another.
Eludens.
That's another Eludens. Phylocrania Eludens hatch. There you go. That's the. Is that the 4th one now, Gav? 3rd or 4th one?
5th, 4th.
5th, 4th. There you go.
Maybe
Telling you, man.
But that means that because they hatched yesterday, last night, but Jeremy's within a few days should hatch as well.
Oh, there you go. Did you hear that, Jeremy? There you go. Gav says that hatch that he's just had was a new that arrived within a few days of yours. So anytime now, my friend, anytime now, it could happen. It could happen. Exciting times. So has Jeremy got some kind of project on the go with those? He's going to do a communal, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
He's going to do a communal. They'll be fine, dude. They'll be fine up until they get to about 4th, 5th instar, and then they'll just start eating each other. So, top tip.
Somebody did ask a bit earlier.
Future. You what, dude?
Somebody did ask you a little bit earlier, Mitch. Will you be at all the Donny shows, and how about Bristol?
Yes, I will. Whoever asked that question, yes.
James,
there you go. Yes, James, I will be at all the Doncaster shows. So that's the one a week on Sunday, and then there's one in June, September, and November. So yeah, we will be there, myself and Gav, in full force. And yes, I am planning on doing the Bristol and the Brighton, Bedford, and also the Glasgow show. I'm hoping to do them all this year. I don't know for certain. Don't hold me to it. But I think, yes, definitely, I am aiming to do those. It all depends how it goes, obviously. It's quite a lot of shows to do them all. But yeah, I usually do them all. I try and do them all if I can. I would be doing BTS, but I'm not this year because I think I've said it a few times now. The missus is taking priority this year. It's BTS is always hit and miss for me because it's always around my partner's birthday. So, and she just doesn't understand, man. But no, it's a big birthday this year for her. She's having a party with all her friends, and I've got to be there, obviously. So, got to be there apparently. So,
you win.
So no, obviously. So that's it. So family comes first and all that. So I'll be missing the BTS, unfortunately, and it's a real shame because obviously, as we all know, BTS is pretty much. Well, they are the self-proclaimed largest show in the land, and who's going to argue with them? So, but they are pretty much the largest show. They're definitely the largest invert show, bar none. I mean, you could argue that some of those Doncaster shows are equally, if not more, busy than BTS, but obviously they're not a dedicated invert show like BTS. So
yeah.
So definitely BTS is obviously right up there at the top of its game, especially in the invert world. So it's always a shame when I do miss that one. But unfortunately, although I still need to contact them because apparently mine, as far as I can tell, my name is still on the traders list because it just carried over from pre-COVID, you see. My 3 tables that were booked before COVID, and I didn't realise you had to just opt out rather than opt in. You had so I'm automatically in, and I need to be out unless Gav, do you guys drive? Ebbs and Sidex, do you guys drive?
Yeah, Ebbs drives.
Gav, what do you reckon? I have 3 tables at BTS that I can't go to. Who wants to go as Unseen Universe and take my stuff?
And he wants me to go and do it.
If we can go, we'll go.
I'm trying to persuade Gav to go, but he doesn't drive on my behalf. But he doesn't drive, so he needs a driver and some help. Anyway,
He's the driver.
Because I need to tell them basically that I'm not going if I'm not going. So anyway, enough of that. No pressure, no on the spot pressure.
We'd like to go to the Brighton show, wouldn't we? Because that's the one, apart from Brighton and Scotland, are the 2 shows we've not been to, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And I've got family who live in Brighton, so like, and it's normally around. Is it normally around November?
Yeah.
Which is my birthday's in November, so. But again, it all depends on work.
The stars are aligning, man. The stars are aligned.
We're always saying there's really no excuse for us not to go to the Brighton one, but it's either normally childcare or work, to be fair. So we want to go to the Brighton one, don't we? And obviously the Scotland one all depends on fuel prices, or if you can get some cheap flights up there. Yeah, but I mean,
I did the Glasgow one just before COVID, and I think it was about 4 to 4.5 hours drive. So yeah, it's
fuel prices like these days. It's ridiculous.
It's a bit of a So I mean, would you be if you were going to Glasgow? Would you be doing Glasgow just as a punter, or do you think you'd?
We don't know. It's something we'd have to look into. Because obviously, if we could, it'd be cool. But if we can't, we'd obviously just try and go just normal.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't go to the Glasgow one, do they? Trading.
Well, yeah. I mean, it might be different this year because everyone's skint and everyone's after every last bit of money they can muster. So there might actually be more traders. Because I remember when I went to the first Glasgow one. And there were only half the traders than what would normally go to the invert shows. But
so Portsmouth did go, did they?
I think it was just because it was so unknown. Nobody knew. It was a long way to go, especially for like people south of the board. People like south of Watford, sort of thing. It's a hell of a long way for people to go, and it was too many unknowns about how many people were going to turn up. They didn't know whether or not there would be the interest. But I went mainly just to show support and be there. It was the first Scottish show. I felt like I had to go, really. But also I couldn't help feeling like, of course it's going to be busy. It's like the first ever show in Scotland. Why would it not be busy?
And the Invertebrarian was going to be there.
And Adam was going to be there. It was the first time I ever met Adam, so... or was it? Because I can't remember now. I'm getting mixed up because he actually.
They should have had Adam open it with the scissors.
He would as well.
Oh, he would. He'd proper play
Absolutely.
it up as well.
Of course he would. Absolutely. So yeah, definitely.
He plays little ukulele.
Have him pull up in a little limousine and step out with his little ukulele and cut the thing. He'd love it.
It would.
Give him some shades and get some photographers.
Yeah, we could hire some. We could dress a load of people up and just start pay them to just be screaming and autograph hunters and all that sort of stuff. So there you go. Only reason for going to Scotland, I want to meet Adam. That's right. There you go. There you go. Greg says just wants to meet Adam. So there you go. And why not? Why not? But you know what? He's all right. He's not all that though. You know, I mean, you know, he seems all right on his YouTube videos and stuff. But when you meet him in person, man, you know, take him or leave him, man. You know.
I'll record that.
He'd expect no less, man. He'll expect no less from me. Because I dread to think what he'd be saying if he was in the chat right now.
Maybe. So we shout to him.
What? Sorry?
We shout
Why are
to
you
him.
recording?
Yeah.
Adam, you great big Scottish person, you. What are you doing? Why aren't you in my chat? Come on. What's the matter with you? Hey, everyone's singing your praises around here, man, but they don't know you like I do.
That's funny.
Oh, he's a good lad, Adam is, man. He's a good lad. We have a good crack. He always comes on and makes loads of double entendres and lots of rude things, and it's all good fun.
I love Adam, bless him.
Yeah, everyone loves Adam, man. Everyone loves Adam. So, and why not? Why not? Right. So, what's everybody else up to? Anything else going on in the chat? I saw, there was a message from Darren. Darren, if you're there, mate, sorry, I missed your hello. How's it going, buddy? So Darren is the guy who won the £50 prize gift card over on Amy's stream a while back. He came to collect his goods on Sunday at the show. So we met Darren, and he came. He had a couple of, I think, what did he have? He had a couple of vivariums off me.
Yeah.
Couple of enclosures, and I think he had like £5 left over, so he bought an orchid mantis, not for a fiver, but he had one as well. So yeah, thanks so much, Darren. It was lovely to meet you, my friend, and I hope you managed to get those enclosures together all right and everything turned out okay. And I think you just had the orchid off me, so that was good. Yes, Andy says Adam's streaming himself tonight. He is streaming. There was quite a cryptic thumbnail, actually, wasn't there? I haven't actually seen what that was all about, but I think there was something going on. Adam, his thumbnail basically just said, I've been told to stream and I don't know why, or something like that. And I think it's something to do with, I've got a feeling Steve might have picked something up in secret from the Northern show for him. That's what I think. Just something about his post he made in Facebook. Do you know, Gav? By the looks of your face, it looks like you know all about it, mate.
That's a bloody do.
Of course he bloody does.
Gav knows everything.
Gav knows, man. Especially when it comes to Steve, man. They're like thick as thieves, them two, man. So I know he knows what's going on. But he can tell us, man. He can tell us. I don't bother watching. I don't watch Adam's videos, man. Who cares, you know?
I bought him an Robustum.
Oh, you did? Oh,
Yeah.
It was from you, was it? All right, cool.
It was one of his big three. You know, when he got rid of most of his collection before.
Yeah.
And then obviously as getting back into it, it's on his list for his big three. So he's got 2 off the list now.
Cool. What's the other one?
That's a good option for a big three.
I can't remember what it was now. What the other one was.
Shut up.
Anybody who appreciates an Robustum is all right by me.
So there you go. He does all right, Adam, doesn't he? He does all right. He gets loads of free stuff sent in, man. God, I can't stand that Scottish git. Gets loads of free stuff all the time, man. Oh, you going, Ebs? Oh, see you, mate. Thanks so much, honestly. Thank you for coming on. I know you're not very well. I hope you feel better soon, mate. So,
Why do you hit me then?
Bye. There you go. Yeah, so Adam got more free stuff. Bloody typical, man. God damn it.
Love you.
Well, I don't care. I got a T-shirt, so yeah, so stuff you, Adam.
I like, yeah.
You
Marinus.
What was that? Sorry.
That's the other one that's on his list.
Marinus.
Yeah.
Oh, see, this man's got good taste. Tell me the other one's Mbafori, and I might fall in love.
No, it was the is it Selena Cosmea Crosshypes or whatever?
Oh, okay, yeah. Is that the whistling
Whistling
spider?
spider.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like those eMurinists as well. I had one quite a few years ago, and I've just not got any at the moment.
I'm
we
excited.
really should get some of those, Gav, because they are really cool.
Yeah, we're waiting for this one here.
I've got 2 females and a mature male.
Well, so.
I'm excited.
No, man, good for you, man. Good for you. Yeah, they are absolutely stunning. Really, really like those. So
I'm really hoping that comes good.
Yeah, man.
I'm really hoping. So yeah, fingers crossed. Like there's not a list, by the way, everyone.
There's not a list.
They've not even been paid yet.
I'm gonna if I get some time around all my other projects that I'm not doing, I might make a GIF or a GIF, whichever you say. I might make one of them. I just start like a little dude saying like, "There is no list. There is no list. There's no list. There's no list."
Yeah, Steph's got it. There's a pie chart instead. There's definitely a pie chart.
So yeah, there's no Excel spreadsheet. There's no table. There's no list. There's no pie chart. There is nothing.
The only list you're on, Jeremy, is the naughty list.
Yeah, you are, man. You are. You're on the naughty list
show
for pretending like you're ill.
Yeah, didn't come to the show. Won't come on the stream.
Ben, come back and get all this stuff for him.
I know. I bet you. How much are you betting that if Amy had asked Jeremy to go on his stream with all the BTS buddies, he'd have been there in a flash. He'd have been there in a flash, man. Bet you. Guarantee it. Tell me I'm wrong. Jeremy, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I am wrong. If Amy had asked you to go on her stream with all your BTS buddies, you'd have been there in a flash. You'd have been none of this. I'm ill.
You heard that, look. You heard that. I promise I will be on the next one.
Right, it's here. Let's just put it up
for
everybody. Everybody sees it. It's right there. Screenshot.
If you don't, Jeremy, you'll be hearing from the lawyers.
That's a lie. Because he said he's not coming to the next one. Next one's Donny.
Yeah, next one's Donny. I don't care. I don't care. He's coming on anyway. Even if he's not going, it don't matter. He didn't go to this one, but he'd still be welcome. That's what I keep saying. Anybody else? Nobody else has come up. It's a good job you've come up, Francis. Thanks, man. Otherwise, it'd just be me and Gav. But that'd be all right too. So
the Northern Monkeys.
The Northern Monkeys.
And the foreigner.
Yeah, man. You're a Northern Monkey now, dude. There's no getting away from it.
A monkey. Another one. It's in these ears.
So Greg's off. Good night, Greg. See you, mate. Thanks so much, and thanks again, buddy. Thank you so much for coming to see us and having a little chat and everything. That was fantastic. So really, really good to see. So there you go. 8 legs, 4 wheels. If you haven't already subscribed, go over, check Greg's YouTube channel out. Honestly, Greg is one of the nicest guys you will ever meet. So there you go. Get over there and check it out. Oh, Andy's in the house, coming in late again as usual.
Yeah. Hello,
Andy.
Well, I thought I'd best pop in. I heard you complaining that nobody jumps on your stream.
Well, funny you should jump on, because I was literally just about to say, oh look, Andy's name's the one closest to the link. He's going to have to jump on.
Yeah, and funnily enough, is it Steph that put the link in earlier on?
Yeah.
I clicked it earlier on, but I was in the middle of sorting a few things out, so I thought, right, I was watching, and then I heard Mitch stop.
I knew you were going to come on, Andy. I knew you were going to come on. You came on the pre-show. You came to see us at Barnsley, and
it's only right, isn't
it? It's only right that you bookend the show by coming on. But now you've been on, man. Now you've been on. I expect you to be on all the time now, but dude, there's no excuses now, man.
Well, I'm quite happy. The only thing is, I work till quite late. I generally don't get in till 10 o'clock at night. By the time I get started, that's why I generally sort of come on so late. But yeah, I'm happy to jump on anytime, man. It's cool.
Yeah, man. Cool.
Well, luckily, coming on and seeing everyone.
My streams never start till 9 o'clock anyway, so we're always usually going to be here till at least 11, I imagine. So.
Cool.
So, yeah, cool. Yeah. Anyway, so let's reminisce then, dude. So obviously it was amazing to see you, Andy. I know you met a lot of people for the first time. A lot of your invert bodies, and
sorry, me.
Let's just no.
Me screen froze for a second then.
You're all right. Yeah. So who else did you meet on the day then, Andy? How many others? New
Christ,
people,
you know what?
Did you see?
I was just talking and yabbering on to people all day, man. I've probably done loads of people's head. I've met, obviously, yourselves. I'd never met either yourself, Mitch, or Gav before.
Yeah.
And I've met Francis and Francis and Ebbs before.
You met both of us.
Francis, Sidex and Ebbs I've met before, yeah. But yeah, there was a few of us that were there sort of helping out on the day when I subbed. There was Ben from Ben's Pets and Greg and Rachel from 8 Legs 4 Wheels were helping out on the day. There was Callum, who if I'd have known what he was carrying around for Jeremy, he'd have got mugged. I'm pretty sure. Like he had he had Jeremy's Dinopus slings there, like I misheard him. I was talking to him as well, and I misheard him, and I thought he said that he'd picked up Huntsman, but it wasn't. He was referring to who he got them from. I misheard him, and I was like, bloody afterwards, I was like, if I'd have known that, I'd have bloody mugged you for them, I tell you.
I think Steve brought an absolute ton of those, and I didn't realise he was even going to the show, let alone bring in a load of Dinopsis there. So I was a bit gutted. He brought a load, but I think to be fair, he'd already pre-arranged everybody who were going to have them off him beforehand. So it's not like he was going around saying with his trench coat, look what I've got in me. Look, I've got in my inside pocket. It was
no, and he wasn't doing anything inside either.
Yeah, he was doing it in the car park, wasn't he? So he was doing a Del Boy, man, out of back of his car. Selling netcasting spiders out of... You what, sorry?
Who had them?
What?
Who had the Dinopus?
Oh, Steve Turner. Steve Huntsman Turner. So, yeah, he had a load.
I did have a chat with...
He basically took them because... I don't know whether you've ever had slings of that species, of that genus, but they're just they're so fragile right up until they've molted quite a few times. So he basically didn't want to send any out, but he was prepared to come to the show and sell a load on to people who beforehand had arranged to pick them up at the show. So I think he was selling them out the back of his car. So so yeah.
Yeah, well, I had a chat with Steve myself actually, and I'm gonna drop him a message and see if I can arrange to get some from him myself, because I had 2 egg sacs from my female, but they were both phantoms.
Oh right, so really?
I was gutted. I was looking for a male, but yeah, she dropped 2. She laid 2 egg sacs, but like I say, she was never paid. So and I had her from quite young, so they were both phantoms.
I missed that species. I haven't had that species for a couple of years now, but I've actually got some amazing footage somewhere, some video footage. I must dig it out and show it sometime, because I've got some, like building the net and then catching some prey with the net, and all that great stuff.
I never managed to get a build in the net. I got quite a few feeding clips of it, but I never managed to get a build in the net. But I got a really cool clip one time where I just it was a feeding clip and I just let it run, so I got all the wrapping. And when I looked close and zoomed in, I realised that as she was wrapping it, she spent a little bit of time, any bits of dirt that were on track, she spent the time actually picking them off and dropping them. And I managed to get the footage of it on a video that I did last year or the year before, but it was really cool, and you can see her actually picking these individual little bits of dirt off, dropping them off the side, and then going back to wrapping.
I mean, because mainly, I imagine it's because, like a lot of spiders, they, especially like our own garden spiders, they eat their web. They reabsorb their web at the end of the day, and then they hide out, and then in the morning they come back out and they remake their web again. And the netcasters are no different. They take their net in again, their web, and then then they reproduce it. But often what they'll do is, if they've not, I don't know whether you saw this, but if they don't use it, they'll like detach it, and they'll move it, and they'll store it like in the corner somewhere.
She used to do that all the time. She'd leave the web, and then she'd disappear, and the web would just be left there.
Yeah, they'll detach it from a couple of anchorage points, and they'll reattach it into the corner, leave it. Then they'll go and do whatever, have a sleep or whatever, and then the next day she'll come back down and she'll reattach it to its anchor points, and then just open it up again. It's absolutely amazing. They're so
they were amazing.
They're so thoughtful about what they're doing with that net, because it's such a work of art, and obviously it has to be absolutely perfect, with the way that
it's amazing how they use them,
the way it expands out when when they open it out to catch the prey,
that bit where they stretch it just before they settle.
It's like that,
and make sure it's all right, and then
I've got a video of one where she builds it and then she's testing it, so she's like doing that with it. She does it like 3 or 4 times, and then she holds it down vertically, and then just sits with it like that in front of her. It's just honestly, it's
one of my favourite ones that I've ever sort of filmed. If I'm honest, right, my female is actually in a little pot in my freezer still, because my plan is I'd like to try and set her in a like not a paperweight, but just in a little block of resin. Eventually, I'd like to set her, but I just don't know how I'd do it with so much resin, and the fact that she's so fragile. Do you know what I mean?
You should speak to why can't I remember her name? Laura. You should speak to Laura, mate. At deadset.com.
I spoke to her briefly on at the show on Sunday. That's another one I spoke to actually. I did spend some time just nattering with her about it.
Laura's absolutely fantastic, man. She's brilliant. Go and speak to Laura. Yeah, she'll probably have some ideas about how to do it. Definitely. So she might give you some tips.
I'll give her a message.
Sorry, Gav. What were you going to say? Gav, what did you say? Okay. You should definitely speak to her, man. She'll be more than happy to give you some advice and tips and stuff, man.
Awesome.
Cool. Definitely. So anyway, we digressed a little bit there, but that was fun. We were talking about the awesome spiders that are netcasters. So
that's it. I'm always I've just mentioned my job. I haven't seen him for a while. It's
when you first started talking about your Dinopis, Andy, I was going to say, we all know about your Dinopis feeding clips. Eb's has still got PTSD.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to have to get her one just so she can plot a revenge.
Yeah. Hey, that would be tidy. We can do like a feed off against each other.
Still got PTSD. I don't think she's ever going to forgive you for that, Andy.
Oh, well. I would say I'm sorry if I really was, but I'd be lying.
It was good, though. To be fair, it was good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was the first round, wasn't it? When I pissed about with all the accents and had the little commentary over it. Yeah.
That's good. Nice one. So, Andy, what did you pick up then from the show? Don't tell me you went home empty-handed, because I don't believe you.
No, I never. I spent a lot more money than I planned, but I had a pre-order in with Francis, which I've got. I don't mind. I'll let you know. It was a Homoioma species blue Peru 2, which is cool. I've got a little video actually. A little clip I meant to send you, Francis, from when I rehoused it on the night. So, but I'll send you that a bit later on or in the morning, whenever I remember. I picked up that and some stick insects. I got the Ramulus. Is it nematodes or nematodes? The blue one.
Oh yeah. Who? Yeah.
Is it Bugs for Hugs? I think they were just behind you or just opposite you, Mitch.
Yeah, it's yeah, definitely. It's
I got them, and I ended up.
Helen. That's right, Helen Stewart. Sorry, I couldn't remember her name for a second. Yeah,
Yeah,
Helen.
like I said, they had some really cool stuff, and I was debating because I kept looking at them, and the ones that they had on the tub were really young and quite delicate, and I wasn't sure if or not I'd be able to manage them, if I'm honest. So I debated, and then I went back a bit later on and spotted there was a second tub with some bigger ones in there. One of them's actually quite large, like, so I thought, right, you know what, they're a bit bigger and they're a bit less fragile, so I went for it, and it was $6 for a £5, but there's about a dozen in there.
Right. Yeah.
So cool. I'm going to try with them, and I got some. Is it the Sceptrophasma hirridulus or hirridula? The adamantine island stick insect or something.
Oh right, yeah. Okay.
Something I've ever had before again.
No.
So.
Yeah,
something thingy. I just seen the adamantine or andamantine or something like that.
You thought of
adamant.
You immediately thought of Wolverine or Adamant, did you?
Yeah, man, stand and deliver and all that. But yeah, and I got a mystery box. I picked up a Gimp's box from the Spider shop.
Oh yeah, because I remember you telling me that that was the first thing you picked up, actually, quite early. I think you got that, didn't you? So
yeah, I did. I got it before everything opened, really. I'm not going to say too much on that.
No, I'm going to say there's bound to be a video coming on that, isn't there? So
yeah. I'll drop you a message later on and let you know what was in it. But yeah, that was a really cool box. I was quite happy. Well, over the moon.
Well, you said at the time, didn't you? You said I remember you saying to me on the day when you picked it up and you came over to chat, and you said, "I've got this Gimp box. I got it. You got it early because you knew that they're generally really popular and." You tend to get some really good bargains, So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
I think I told you what was in it, actually, didn't I, Francis?
If you did,
you probably won't remember. But you spoke to that many conversations on the day, yes. But it was cool.
I do remember us having the conversation, but I can't remember what it was. Did you get a Versi from us as well? Am I remember that right?
No.
Okay,
I had the two little enclosures from you.
Yeah, I remember.
And one of Eb's key rings, which she needs to make more of next time he's trading.
I know. I want one of them key rings.
I really well.
And she wants to charge more as well.
Well, this is Eb's for you. She's one for little faith in her own ability. So I told her they would do well, and she just didn't believe me. And so I'm glad that they did do well.
Yeah. They were.
Did you sell all those? I assume you sold all those then.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah. I bought the Spider one earlier on, didn't I? And when I come back a bit later, there was one left, and I was going to buy it. But just as we were chatting, and I was going to buy it, a woman come over, and she asked somebody where they got it from, and come over, and I felt a bit tight buying the last one off her because she come hunting for it. So I was
that would have made my day. Someone's coming to grab it.
Go away!
Announcement over the tannoy. Ladies and gentlemen, can we refrain from fighting at the table?
Under the backs. But yeah, I just thought to myself, do you know what? I'll drop Ebs a message and ask her if she can do me one at some point.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely want one of those.
She's planning on getting some paints and some something to seal them with, and she's going to try and paint them in different resemblances to different species like the Metallica and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, they won't be highly detailed, but you'll get the general idea of what they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Nail varnish, man.
Enamel paint.
Yeah, well, she's been looking into kind of different ways of doing it, but yeah.
That would be tidy, that, man. It'd be awesome. I'll buy one of them as well.
Absolutely.
She's not doing you a Dinopus one, though. That's not happening.
And there's definitely not a list, as Kaylee said.
Not a list.
There's no list.
Well, we should start one. If there's not a list, we should just start one. We don't have to say what it's for. We'll just take a list of names.
See how many people want to be on the list.
That's what we should do on
that
Facebook.
would actually happen as well. Get enough if it got enough momentum on Facebook, people were like, I've heard there's a list. Can I join the list? Like,
I was just going to say, I reckon if we were to go on one of the big groups and say, right, there's a list. If anybody wants to be on it, drop your name in the comments. I reckon the comments would fly in, honestly.
As soon as a few people got on it, people would just join it because they don't want to miss out on something.
They really would.
The one rule of the list is you can't say what the list is for.
That's it. And then at the end of the week, you just send them a list of like serial killers from the 70s or something like that.
Oh man, but I think we have to do this now, don't we? Yeah. Sort this out.
Planted the seed now, isn't it?
Just send random people a message saying you're on the list.
Do you want to be on the list? There's a list. Do you want to be on it?
Yeah.
It's a very exclusive list. Act now or forever miss.
I'll do it as a video. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
I apologise to the chat because we're just talking shit now, aren't we?
Yeah, but that's why we're here, dude. That's why we're here. We're here to talk shit.
That's why I joined.
Gav's already on it.
Right, Gav's on it.
Is Gav bombing the list?
Right. There you go. So, who else have we got? I don't think I've said hello to Rocky Mountain Spider Peaks. I know you've been here ages, guys, but I haven't said hello.
Hey, Rocky. I can't see
Rocky?
the chat.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
There is a link, Rocky. You know.
There is a link. Although, to be fair, I'm not keeping going for too much longer. Noticed the time. I'm going to keep it going for a little bit longer, seeing as we're talking cod shit. So that's all. It takes me back to when I actually used to go out and get mashed, back in the days. So
I just thought if Rocky Mountain Spider Freaks makes the list, it'll have gone international already.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
there you go. There you go, man.
We could make it trans global with their support as well.
Mm-hmm.
Be like everywhere. We both hemispheres covered.
Yeah, we'll take over.
Yeah, that's it. Easy sorted.
There you go. Jeremy says
Steve's got lots of contacts in the Philippines, hasn't he?
that sounds so wrong.
Yeah, it did actually, didn't it? Really does. Well, do you know what? We'll just let people make their own mind up on that.
I just want everyone to know I don't know anybody in the Philippines. There you go. Jeremy's off. There you go. Jeremy's off because he's ill. He's got to go.
Poor Jeremy.
He's got to go back. He's got to go back to work. Apparently,
He's still suffering from shock of the price of hotels in Barnsley. That's what it is.
I still don't believe him. I still don't believe him, man. 120 quid or something for a hotel in Barnsley. I mean, I'm sorry. I know that's nuts.
I found one for 2 nights in York for 206 quid in York City Centre in August.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. But Jeremy, man, it's only the best for Jeremy, man. It's got to have a spa and a pedicure and some other.
Hey, if it's a hotel in Barnsley, everything will be cemented to the floor. Nothing will be blooming nickable because it'll be gone.
Everything's nailed down in Barnsley. If it's not nailed down in Barnsley, it's not worth having. Well, there you go. So
it's a bit like that round here.
It's like that in most places, Andy. It's like that in most places where most people live. It's just
apart from Jeremy.
Apart from Hertfordshire and Kent and a few other really nice places,
Who Jeremy's even gone now, and we still give him.
It's gone.
Kaylee's got the right idea. 10-tonner roundabout. If you know Wolverhampton, a man made himself very famous from a 10-tonner roundabout.
He really did. So there you go. Sorted. Right. So Andy, are you? Do you attend any of the other shows, or is it just the Northern one because it's on your doorstep?
No, do the BTS, and I'm probably going to do Bedford again as well. I went to Bedford last year.
Okay, so you make the effort for some of the bigger shows for the bigger shows, sort of.
If I'm honest, it's about getting there. To tell you the truth, though, Sav, who came with me to the show the other day, she's the girl I was talking about last week that's gone to America on Camp America. Well, she's back, and she wants to go to the Bedford show herself so she can catch up with everyone after a little sort of jaunt away. So that makes it easy for me to get to. And the BTS, I've sort of worked things out. I think I can get the train and be in Leamington Spa for about 11:15. So by the time I get to the venue, the queues will have died down a little bit anyway. So that's my plan. I should get there for about 11:30, and the queue, well, say died down, they'll be shorter than they would have been at 11.
Yeah, you might, you might only have to wait maybe half an hour if you get there at that time. So
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I'm not too worried about getting there after the show starts because, like I said, probably spend a good while in the queue anyway. So if I get there a bit later, it's less time queuing, and then I think it runs till is it 5? That one.
I don't think. I think maybe 4 o'clock probably. I think I can't quite remember.
Oh no, do you know what I think it is? I think what it is. I had a look. It does finish at 4, and I can get a train. From Leamington Spa back just after 5. I think it is.
Yeah, they generally always. I mean, I can't remember what time BTS opens, but it's probably about between 10 and 10:30, I imagine. So
I think it's 11 o'clock and 10 o'clock if you're a BTS member, is it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, something like that. So that's good. That's good. It's going to be busy. I think it's going to be really busy. So I'm gutted. I'm missing it, to be honest. But yeah, can't be helped. Unfortunately,
family. That's
family and all that. Family and all that. So yeah, there you go. Damn it, damn families.
Bloody family, always getting in the way and all that, innit?
Oh man, I'm telling you, always, bane of my life, my family.
the Donny shows, the race course,
Yeah. And also, it's not that much further down than it's.
No, it's not far from where we were the other day.
It's only another 45 minutes from where you were yesterday, from where you were the other day. Maybe an hour tops from Barnsley. Probably about an hour. It takes me about 40 minutes to get to Doncaster from my house, and it's in the opposite direction to Barnsley. But
right. See, the problem I've got is again with me not driving. Right, the village I live is right on a main. Do you know it's on a main? It's on the Birmingham to Chester train line.
Okay.
The train station. It's on a main route. But on a Sunday, there's the first train going either ways until 10:30 in the morning.
Right.
So for me, I need to get from where I live to Chester, which is about 20 miles away. If I can get there early in the morning, I can get a train from Chester pretty much anywhere early on a Sunday morning, but I just can't get one from my village to Chester until 10:30 in the afternoon, in the morning.
Yeah.
So my plan is I'm going to ask my niece if she'll run me to Chester in the morning and then jump on the train, but I might be able to do that for Doncaster. On the train.
Have you been to Doncaster one before?
No, I don't think I've ever been to Doncaster, if I'm honest. And I've been to loads of places, but it's one of.
Why would you? Why it's you could say the same about Barnsley. Why would you go to Doncaster?
I've never been to Barnsley until Sunday, admittedly.
Why?
That drive into Barnsley is really nice.
Yeah.
The route that we came in, where
the train
it's
ride isn't.
I don't know, through the valley and over the top of the peaks and all that was a really nice drive. It sort of reminded me of round here in North Wales, driving round it a lot.
The first time I came to meet Ebony in Barnsley, I came in on the train, and as I was coming in, bear in mind I come from the West Midlands, I was like, what the hell is this? Broken buildings, graffiti everywhere, abandoned car. I was like, what am I doing here? I'm about to die. But yeah, we also went over them peaks at one point, and it just happened to be massively heavy snow. We were low on fuel, and we almost got stuck up there.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful area around it. you know, I can't say
Absolutely.
so much for Barnsley because I didn't see a lot of it other than the McDonald's, the
Mitch was saying
the venue itself. Like,
Mitch was saying he'd want to come to Barnsley. Imagine the poor sod who decides to move here.
Yeah, it's I'm all right, thanks. I'm all right. I mean, I'm from
I've lived
Chesterfield
in some worse
originally.
places than Barnsley.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm from Chesterfield originally, which most people have probably never heard of, but it's definitely yeah.
See, I was actually born in Yorkshire. I was born in Pontefract. I was.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
So I was brought up in Middlesbrough, and then I moved to North Wales.
Apart from Doncaster,
Well, we're not that far from Pontefract, really. And
right.
obviously Pontefract's not far from Doncaster, so you know it's all very close. So yeah, cool, man, cool. But we should definitely make the Doncaster one if you can.
Yeah, I'll try and get to one of them. Probably be the one later, not this next one in April. I can't see
June,
that.
Well, June is usually the busiest. June is absolutely rammed. You could have
what date in June is it, Mitch?
I can't remember exactly the date, to be honest, man. I'll have to send that over to you, but yeah, I'm not sure. It's I think it's usually about mid-June, but I'm not sure, to be honest, off the top of my head.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's busy. It's busy. They usually have at least 2 or 3 rooms, and it's 19th. Yeah, there you go. I thought it was about in the middle, 19th. So. Yeah, honestly, it's a cracking show, and also they obviously, with it being a herp show, they have all the inverts, but they also have the all the reptiles as well. So yeah,
I'll have to try and get across to it then. It's
traditionally a herp show. It is it is an actual herp show. It's just that over the last 10 years or so, there's been more and more and more invert people. Trading there, so but there's still a hell of a lot of it's still more reptiles than it is inverts, but because it's so big, there's just a lot of both now. It's just there's absolutely loads. There's well over 100 different people, different sellers, traders go, and there can be anywhere up to 3,000 people in the venue. It's a big old event, especially the June. They had 750 people through the door apparently at Barnsley, and
pretty good.
They can have anywhere between 2,000 and 3,000 people go through the door on. It's one of the biggest shows around Doncaster, but because it's not just an invert show, it's obviously diluted a little bit with other traders being there. But you've got all things reptiles there, so you've got everything. It's a herp. I mean, it's called the International Herpetological Society. So it is.
They're the ones that run it. Oh, yes, the IHS shows.
It's the IHS show, and it's been going donkey's years. It's one of the oldest shows around. It's one of the biggest shows around, but it's an absolutely fantastic show. So. Yeah, thank you. Thanks very much, Stephanie. Hall Monitor is on the case. I'm going to wrap things up very soon. We'll get going soon, I think, because it's a school night and all that, and I've got things to do.
Yeah, it is.
I'm still catching up from the show. I've still got, Gav. Just so you know, all those polystyrene boxes with all the spiders and scorpions and stuff in, they're all still down there packed up. They're all still packed.
Yeah.
I haven't had time to unpack them yet, but I'm gonna have to do it tomorrow because they're gonna need a feed before Doncaster, so gonna have to get them all out tomorrow. So yeah, but
busy day, Danny.
Yeah, so yeah, good. Anyway, yeah, there you go, Andy. Thanks so much for coming, man. Yeah, obviously, again, mate, it was absolutely brilliant meeting you at the show, and yeah, long may it continue, my friend. I really hope.
Oh, definitely. You make stuck with me now, gents.
So yeah, there you go. Well, yeah, so definitely going to be doing more streams, obviously, as you know, my friend. So you'll be more than welcome to come and say hello whenever you want to, man. So just let me know.
Yeah.
So
what I'll do. the missus has gone to sleep early, so next time I might actually do it in front of my shelves rather than in the shed. I always seem, you know what, it's funny because whenever I join a live stream anywhere, I always seem to be on the shed, in the shed, sorry. It's become a bit of a joke. I think people are calling it the broom cupboard and things like that.
It is.
Oh, it is. If I'm honest though, it's full of like spider-related shit. It's just like boxes. Or I've got loads of beer cans there, but it's just boxes and like my phone's resting on me current build project and everything. You know what I mean? So it is branches with bloody lichen and everything. It's just. Yeah.
Everybody,
that's all the non-spider shit.
There you go. There you go, man. I love it, man. I love it. The broom cupboard. I think we're going to go.
Every man's got to have a shed, haven't they?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
I need to talk sheds with you, actually, Mitch. I know you said something the other week about Jeremy wants to talk sheds, and I was open to do so on Sunday, but I could see you were just way too busy. But yeah, if you don't mind, I'll drop you a message at some point, because I'm open to get a shed, but I just got a few concerns about not so much insulating it and everything. It's just about power supplies. If we've had a couple of power cuts and things like that, so I just wonder how people manage with that sort of stuff. I don't know if you've ever experienced it, if I'm honest.
I'll be honest, I have had no problem so far, but my shed is only about 3 years old now, so it's still relatively new. I've basically got it juiced up, obviously, to the main power in the house. I have had no problem so far. Basically, if the power goes out in the house, then the power goes out in the shed.
See, that's what I'd be worried about, because I don't know if people have a backup or whatever and what they do. Because the last time we had a power cut here, it was it was just after Christmas or just before Christmas, but it was I think it was about 36 hours or something like that we had no power. And in the end, I had to put all my slings and everything that was small were all in. I put them in big cardboard boxes with loads of heat packs. For when you send them out, I had a load of them there, so I just chucked them in. I had one of them in the leopard gecko's tank, and the gecko just sat on it all night long. But it was as much as we could do in the middle of winter. And then I'd been thinking about it, but then it sort of made me pause a little bit and go, right, well, you need to have a backup plan when it comes to the power for it if we have another long power cut or anything like that. And it happened at 11:45 at night. It happened, and it just happened to be awake. Everybody else in the house was asleep. If I'd have gone to bed half an hour earlier, we wouldn't have known about it at all until the morning,
Yeah, could have been disastrous. Now, I'll be honest, mate. I'm still running the gauntlet. I'm just basically, hoping that everything's going to be okay. But I have actually been considering seriously lately to just get some kind of generator, that's what I was wondering, whether you had something like that in place already, really. That was just what I wanted to ask you mainly. But I'll be honest, I haven't, mate. I haven't. I'd love to tell you that I've got a really cool, self-powered generator, some kind of petrol-powered generator or whatever, But I haven't, I'll be honest. And shame on me, because if something goes wrong, I'll be in exactly the same boat as you. I'll be cracking open the heat packs and piling them all into vivs and boxes and doing all sorts of stuff. So
cardboard boxes with
I shouldn't not think about it, but I try not to think about it. But I should, because you never know. And they're not that expensive, They're not. You could get something that'll power, what you need. Because for me, I basically just have the thermostatically controlled radiator, oil.
That'd be it for me, because I wouldn't really need.
They don't take a lot of power. Yeah, they don't need a lot of wattage, to power them really. So it wouldn't take much. But yeah, definitely something to consider. And I think now you've brought it up again, I really need to thinking about it. And also, because you never know what's going to happen with everything that's going on in the world, could do with some kind of backup generator anyway, just for the house as well, just in case anything could happen.
So you can get silent ones in that now. I don't know how silent they are, but they sell them as silent ones. But again, if you know, I don't care even if it's a bloody noisy one. If it keeps everything alive, that's all I'm actually bothered about.
We
The
get
nervous
diesel heaters like what they use for van conversions when they turn them into, you know, like a camper van.
Oh yeah.
They do diesel heaters for that, and all that is just ducting.
You can get all sorts now. I mean, you can even get like God, I can remember when wind-up technology first came out, donkeys years ago. I remember my friend turned up on a camping trip with this little poxy little wind-up radio, and we were all taking the mickey out of him. But you can get generators now, wind-up generators. You know, proper big old like wind-up generators, like starting an old 1920s car sort of thing. You know.
Yeah, get the kids on that one, innit?
But no, it's
get the
just
kids
also
forming a queue and have 5 minutes each.
I mean, these are all things. These are all like environmentally friendly, viable options now. You know, you don't need fuel.
Yeah.
You know, there's wind-up ones, there's solar-powered ones. There's, you know, the technology out there now for self-sustaining. You know, for power is.
Solar power was one I thought about actually, because I thought it wouldn't need a big panel on the top of the roof because our back garden south facing, so we get the sun all day long. Okay. So I probably wouldn't need a big solar panel to run a couple of little heaters. But as I'm finding out, as I do a bit of research, and I'll let you know what I find out then, mate.
Yeah, well, I'm going to look. I've been thinking about looking into it myself as well, Andy. So that would be good.
And vice versa. Then anything good you hear, let me know if you don't.
We'll look into it because we're definitely getting some solar panels on our roof. Because like you, our house, we get sun all day long for like right up until about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We get sun on the front of our house, so the whole front of the roof of the house could basically, if we filled it with solar panels, that would generate a hell of a lot of energy, you know. So it'd be the same for the shed roof as well. We get sun on that.
The ironic thing for me is, with us having a south-facing roof, we're council tenants. Well, they fitted solar panels to our roofs. So I suppose if I could find somebody who could wire the bloody shed up to the solar panels, I might be all right. I could get free electricity.
There's plenty of videos out there.
Yeah. Could probably find somebody who could do it.
And they show you how they're doing it.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't say that on your stream, Mitch, because it's probably not the most legal of options. So, you know,
it's fine, man. I'm pretty certain 5 hours aren't watching my stream, man. So it's fine.
Yeah, good point.
I think we're all right. But yeah, no, absolutely. And you know what? I'm actually getting quite interested in the thought of doing like a progressional kind of stream videos about how we get on with our respective projects. We could like do a little thing, man. You know, if you get something sorted out, I'll get something sorted out, and we'll do a joint kind of venture, man. You know, sort of thing. You get some kind of backup, but obviously you've got to get your shed first.
Yeah, well, I've got my eyes on a couple of things there. Getting the shed's the easy part. It's getting it insulated and sorted out, doing the work inside and getting the electric sorted that I'm going to need and whatnot in it. So that's the hard part. Getting the shed's probably, I suppose, picking the shed's going to be the hard part before that. Because
dude, honestly,
I don't want anything with the windows, because all I'm going to have to do is cover them up or insulate them anyway. Do you know? So
yeah. I know exactly what you mean. I've got 4 big windows on mine, and 3 of them are permanent. 2 of them are permanently got blinds down, and the other 2 are, you know, it's fine, but I do have to be careful about where I position stuff. You know, to make sure that, you know. But some species like a bit of sun, so you know, it just depends. I place things like, you know, strategically based on what I've got, you know, sort of thing. So, but yeah. But now, definitely want to look into getting some kind of backup generator for the shed. Absolutely. So.
Oh, is that me gone?
No, I think it might be Mitch.
Oh, I'm glad you spoke then, Francis, because Gav's camera went off.
Ghost.
Yeah, Gav's camera went off. Mitch froze, and then I was like, "Oh, right, am I talking to myself here?"
I think he's wrapping up in a minute anyway, but I think he's seen a ghost in his shed.
What is it? It's his pound shop Wi-Fi unit, Gav.
Well, yeah, Mickey Mouse Wi-Fi. Internet for that.
That is a definite. Oh, I was going to say that was a thumbnail there, wasn't it? Really.
Sorry about that, guys. I think that is the. I think that's the universe is calling and telling us that it's time to go home.
Yeah,
So,
sorry, it's my fault because you were ready to go ages ago, and then I mentioned power supplies.
I know.
Didn't you?
I do this. I do this every time, dude. It's like as soon as anyone starts talking about anything that I've got even the slightest interest in, that's it. There's no way of stopping.
Cool.
Yeah. So just to say, getting full fiber on Friday, 500 gigs of upload speed. Come on, Friday, here we come. Finally, it is happening. I'm getting fiber, full fiber, 500 on Friday. I'm so excited. I can't wait. If I so much as get a flicker of any kind of ball of doom or any kind of drag or anything anywhere, I'm gonna hit the roof, because honestly, with 500,
It'll be like going from pound shop Wi-Fi to Waitrose Wi-Fi.
Honestly, mate. Honestly, if I don't have enough power to power the whole street, I'm going to be very, very disappointed. So if I so much as ever get any kind of lag on any stream that I do from Friday onwards, I swear to God, I will literally have a breakdown right there and then, live on stream. Because I'm sick of it. But anyway, it's not been too bad. It's not been too bad. It's been all right. Right, guys, I think we're going to wrap this up. So let me just say, Andy, thank you so much, my friend. It's always a pleasure. You're a true gent. Thanks so much for coming, man. It was absolutely amazing to see you, and we will see you very, very soon. Hopefully, it's so soon enough. So thanks so much, buddy. And Francis, thank you. Say thank you to Ebbs for us. I hope she's feeling better too, my friend. And thanks for coming, man. You're always a good sport. You're always here. You're always showing me your support. So thank you so much.
Yeah,
buddy.
no worries.
Thanks for coming on, guys. I'm going to drop you guys out for a sec. See you later, Andy. See you.
Cheers.
Francis, see you later, buddy.
Mickey Mouse Wi-Fi.
Oh. Right, I'm just going to remove you for a second, Gav. So I'm just going to say goodbyes. Right, okay, hang on. Do you want to say goodbye, Gav? Gav's off. See you later, Gav. Right. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much to everybody for tuning in. It is that time. We've gone on over later. I was only supposed to be chatting till 11 o'clock, but as usual, we always have interesting people on, and we always chat about things, and we always just sit around chatting far too much. So without further ado, I'm going to wish everybody good night. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Honestly, it means so much. I really appreciate you spending your nights with us. So thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. And I'll see you all later. It's going to be Saturday night for the next stream. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I'll let you know. It's going to be cool. I'm sure it'll be something relatively interesting. So thank you so much, everybody. And good night and goodbye. Bye, everybody.